All right, this is what's interesting to us this morning. Wisconsin against Duke. That's going to be the national title game. Which individual matchup, are you most excited to see? Jalil Okafor against Frank the Tank, or Sam Decker against Justice Winslow?
I think Sam Decker is the best player on the Wisconsin squad. I don't think there's any doubt about this. As much as I like Frank the Tank, Sam Decker is what really drives them.
I just like saying Frank the Tank.
It's fun to say.
By the way, do you put Adam Sandler movies in the same category as Will Ferrell movies?
I put Will Ferrell movies typically above that. Anchorman has more classic lines probably than all the Adam Sandler movies combined.
I would agree.
Yes.
And Old School is a great movie.
Old School is fantastic.
Frank the Tank.
Let's
go Striking! Sorry.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you.
All right, so Okafor, 65% shooting these last 5 games in the tournament.
Yep.
So I think that matchup will probably end up being more important to seeing who actually wins the game. Although, again, I think Decker is a better player than Frank the Tank, and he leads that Wisconsin squad.
Again, this segment brought to you by Grand Prix Motorsports. If you are looking for the original motorcycle, talking about the Indian motorcycle, all you have to do is go to Grand Prix Motorsports, located off of County Line Road and Santa Fe.
You stole it from me. I was going to do it.
No. That's just kind of like a mid tease.
Oh, mid tease. Okay.
We're gonna give Grand Prix a couple props.
Okay.
A couple shout outs during this segment. Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you want to win?
Gosh, because Kentucky is out of it, and I was rooting for Kentucky for the greatness.
Right.
I'm gonna go still with my greatness angle, and go with Duke. This will be the 5th national championship for Coach K. He's 4-4. Right now, this will be give him his 5th one.
Right.
And I think everyone recognizes Duke as an all-time type of program. This will further solidify that thinking. I'm going to go for Duke and continuing their era of greatness in the Coach K era.
So you want Duke to win?
Because of the greatness.
Who do you think will win?
Wisconsin.
You do?
Yes.
Because? They lost to Duke earlier this year.
Yes.
In Madison.
There's something that's rarely understood in sports, is that more games are lost than are actually won.
Okay.
Wisconsin is in this position right now because they're the cleanest playing team. They don't turn the ball over. They don't do dumb stuff. They don't make the athletic play. They make the right play. Because they make so few errors, other teams find a way to lose the game, as opposed to Wisconsin just blowing them off the court.
Okay.
So because of that style of play and how much I admire that style of play, I think they're going to win. But as a fan, as a rooting interest thing, I'm going to go for Duke and the greatness.
Okay.
I'm a complex person.
You are. Well, that's okay. You can be as complex as you want to. My father is from Wisconsin, and he's a huge Green Bay Packers fan. And he is so excited for tonight's game. And the word devastating is a very, very strong word. But when you're a sports fan and you are heavily invested in your team, it feels like somebody literally just reached down your throat and grabbed your lungs and pulled them right back out of your mouth. That's what it feels like as a sports fan.
I've never had that happen to me before, but...
Well, but you've played.
But no, I'm talking about the lung pulling part. No one's ever pulled my lungs out of my body before.
It happened to me twice.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a prank.
Okay. So, and this, I mean this with all sincerity.
Yes.
I've never had a true fan experience.
Right.
So,
and that's why I'm saying it.
Help me wrap my mind around how a team that you have no real ties to on a personal level.
Correct.
How that can elicit such an amazing and grotesque physical reaction as you just mentioned.
Right.
Help me understand that.
When you follow a team all year, listen, I don't have those feelings anymore. I did as a kid. I did about the Chicago Bears. I did about the Chicago Cubs. When the Cubs lost in 1984 and should have gone to the World Series, that was devastating to me. I felt euphoria when the Bears won I'm saying Bears and Cubs because I grew up in Chicago. But as I got into the business, I don't have those feelings anymore about any team. But when you watch a team all year, you feel like you know these guys. You're reading stories about them. You just feel like you're part of the team. You're buying the paraphernalia. You are one of them. You're going to the games. You're yelling. You're cheering them on. You're going to work the next day with half a voice because your voice is so hoarse. You just feel like a part of it. So you feel you're very invested in it. When I went to college, I went to Indiana. We won a national title our first year. I paid money to go there. Okay. I dated the girl that wanted to go out with Keith Smart. I felt pretty good about that. But that was the year after, so it made it even more impressive.
Right.
Okay. So, I think that's the way fans think, that they're very vested into their team. The reason why I bring that up is think about how Packers fans, and many Packers fans are probably Badger fans. What happened in that Packers game where they should have gone to the Super Bowl? Could you imagine getting smacked in the face with a frying pan in that Packers game? Okay, with the way that ended, and then as you're falling back, somebody takes another cast iron skillet and whacks you in the back of the head, and you fall forward flat on your face. That's what it's going to feel like to them.
Wow.
It is.
So there'll be the economy of Wisconsin will take a 10% dive.
No,
because people are just going to be so devastated.
No, it won't. It won't take a dive, and I know you're joking when you say that, but
There'll be a loss of productivity. People are showing up to work not inspired
no,
anymore.
I don't mean it in terms of loss of productivity. What I mean is that people are going to be depressed. Make no mistake about it. As a Cubs fan, the Bartman game the Cubs should have won, that sucked. Because we thought Cubs were going to the World Series. I can tell you, walking around the streets of Chicago the next day, it was as if you felt like you were walking at a funeral. That's what it felt like in the city.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm joking, but productivity will go down.
It might.
If people are depressed.
There could be a cheese riot.